Hey guys, wow, already got people in the room. How y'all doing tonight? All right, let's see here. We got Brian Higgins in the room. Justin Welch is in the room. Chris from Duckalope Outdoors. Brian and Justin are also from Duckalope Outdoors. Gidget, how you doing? RIG, how you doing? Better hurry. Gidget, you ain't got sense. You gonna need waiters. Midwest Duck Slayer, how you doing? M&K, how you doing? Zach, what's happening, brother? Zach. CP, how you doing? All right. After five, how you doing? Oh, you bought a drone. Okay, cool, man. Hot Wings, how you doing? All right. Well, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and invite the Duckalope crew. If I can figure this out again. About to clean, 9 catfish. Cody's drone's going to be in the trees before dark. Kathy Henson, how you doing? Hey, Chris, if you hear me or you're here, David, how you doing? Go ahead and click on that live link I just posted. Can y'all see me okay? Gidget, can you do me a big, huge favor? Can you continue to post throughout the evening Duckalope Outdoors and also Flatwood Lanyards off of Facebook?
You hear me? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
We're doing. So
I hear you.
We got Brian right here in the background.
That's Brian.
And
okay, where's the big fella? Oh, there he is.
Right there.
All right, hang on one second. I'm going to try to turn y'all up a little bit.
All right. I'm going to set up my camera over here. We're just finishing.
Appreciate that, Gidget.
I'm going to be in and outside, so.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, if no one knows, this is I'm going to point them out. Chris and Brian and no big one. I can't. What's your name again? Justin.
Yep.
Okay. All right. They're from Duckalope Outdoors. They're duck hunters, goose hunters up in Maryland. Looks like he's drinking you drinking a Rona, man?
That's a Rona, man. We're not scared up here. It doesn't have Lyme disease though.
Yeah, well, that's true. Met Chris a while back. I've had him up on panel before, and I wanted to get all three of them up here just so y'all can take a look at them. And we're just going to talk some ducks tonight. Y'all's goose season is opening up in the morning, right? Yep, Myers does too. But as you can tell, I'm back in a hotel room working.
Oh no!
So that's where I'm at. I need to get my other little thing going here.
Come on,
Let's see.
There we go. Trying to figure out how wide the screen is there.
We'll have to grab me a latte real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Latte?
Yeah.
Can I get another? Sure. I appreciate it, my friend.
All right, y'all must be y'all in the garage in the Duckalope Command Center.
Yep. Yeah, we're up here in Maryland, so we're gonna goose hunt tomorrow.
Okay. Y'all about ready? Are y'all ready, or y'all still trying to figure it out?
We've been prepping, so we just had to finish up Justin's blind on his H12.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Gotta do some trimming on it, and then we'll get that loaded back up on the truck, and pretty much all the other kayaks are loaded up, so it should be straight.
I went old school buying some burlap, and I just tied the grass to it, so it rolls up and goes into the nose of the belly of the kayak. So
right
when I get there, I can just unfold it and throw it on the top and get to go.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yep.
That is awesome. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, RIG, hey, how you doing? Just for anybody in here that doesn't know me personally or anything about me, first name is Matt. Number one, 3 things you'll find out about me real quick. Number 1, I am and always will be a United States Marine. Number two, I was a cop. And number 3, I'm a duck hunter. So I know Chris is you're still in the Army, correct?
Yep, still in the Army.
And Brian is retired.
Retired Army and a deputy sheriff and a police officer.
Awesome. And Justin?
Yes, sir.
You serve?
No, sir. I did not serve. I'm just a police officer. So yeah, I'm just a police officer. I'm not cool like these guys. So.
You're not cool like the rest of us. Okay.
But thank you for your service, sir. I appreciate it. So.
Thank you. And listen, dude, just call me Matt. That sir stuff. I want to look behind me and find my daddy.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
All right. So I do appreciate it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Well, let's Wine Country Outdoors just got out of the Army 2 years ago. All right. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your prepping, what y'all been doing here, other than the H12.
So we got the H12, and then we got the blind on it. I've been getting the raffle grass put onto it. And Chris, he's smart with all like the gadgets and gizmos and all that stuff, so he helped me kind of get it prepared. Of course, you got to clean your shotgun. I mean,
yeah,
clean. You got to make sure it's double clean, So can't have a dirty gun when you go out there. And we used 870s at work, so that's what Higgins and I are rocking, our 870s. And
right.
He's just rocking the regular 870, and then I got the 870 Super Mag.
Okay.
Let's see here. We got the V boards going. Mm-hmm. Higgins got some shells that we're going to incorporate on his blind. So his blind he made is like 100% do it yourself, which is really cool, and it turned out awesome.
Right.
And of course, being a ranger, he's up on his camouflage, so
Ranger.
Oh.
Hey, I will say this: only military can pick on other branches of the military, and I'm going to say that up.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Y'all got to throw something at the old jarhead. That's fine. But let me tell you, a ranger. Here's what a ranger can do: he can walk 25 miles, eat chow, and turn around and walk for 25 miles. That's it.
That's right.
I get it like almost every day because my son's a Marine. He's a red tabber. He just picked up his staff sergeant, and he's getting ready to go to Iraq next month.
Oh, okay. Whoa. I've been there. I spent 4 years there.
Oh man.
Just to let you know, CP just picked up Duckalope. Thank you, CP, for the support.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. It depends on the chow. Yes, Gidget. It does depend on the chow.
But I don't know. We've been working on our decoys, getting those. I mean, you got to hose them off from last year. I know when we hunt stuff and stuff, that's usually how we end up finishing our seasons with the fields and stuff, because usually the Rappahannock River that we usually hunt's flooded by then.
Right.
So just cleaning those up.
It's muddy too most of the time.
I'm sorry?
I said it's muddy too most of the time.
Yeah.
These guys, it was funny. when we were hunting fields last year, this was kind of like the first time they were hunting fields. So like, should we just bring like regular? Because they have their duty boots and stuff like that. I said, wear your waders. And I think Chris, wore your regular boots, and I said, wear your waders. What was it? 9 o'clock. You were going to get your waders.
Yep.
So, when you calf deep in mud, you kind of gotta.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. Go ahead.
I was going to say I bought a couple of goose butts just recently. We're going to try to incorporate into the spread and see how those work. So they look like feeders.
Right.
So
I've never.
I'm sorry.
We do have some resident geese down here, but they're hard to pinpoint, and the only places that I can hunt will be a water set, and they just don't fly to the water on the big lakes.
Yeah.
Or they're very hard to pattern. So I just don't mess with them that much.
Right.
I do have some goose floaters, and I've got goose calls. I know how to blow them the whole 9 yards. I can do it all, but we just don't have enough down here for me to even think about. So a goose in the early season, when it's teal season, which is coming up on the 11th, we'll still have the goose season open, and it'd be a target of opportunity. If one gets close, I'll grab a goose call. Even though I don't have goose decoys, I'll hit a call, try to turn and get them close enough for maybe a pass shoot, but that's about it.
Right.
So I don't really get like you're getting excited for the tomorrow morning. It's like okay.
Right.
My excitement comes in on the 11th when the teal season opens up.
Right on.
And we got I'm just saying we only have 11 days in a wake up. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm about to go crazy. But
we actually this weekend, so we'll hunt tomorrow and Wednesday. Go back down to Virginia because I got to work Thursday and Friday, and then turn around Saturday. Dove season comes in, so we'll be hunting.
Ours up here Saturday.
Doves out in the cornfields.
But of course, you can only hunt them half a day up here, so it's
right
at the beginning of dove season. It's a morning time, and then as it goes later on, it's essentially like turkey season. It incorporates the whole day. So
yeah, that's our season starts at noon.
Yeah.
On the 5th, so I think the first 3 or 4 days is starts at noon, and then after that, all public land or WMA lands, I think they all start at noon, and then on the second dove season, it's an all day affair. You can go out there all day.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we got some big cornfields behind my house that my family owns, so we'll go out there, and I got some of the Mojo Voodoo doves that we run.
Right.
And then just some of the Lucky Duck, just stationary decoys. And Chris actually has some flick-a-flockers, some Mojo flick-a-flockers. It looks like a little wing, and it kind of goes like that randomly. And they work really good, too, because they look like feeding doves. So, and they, that's probably the most versatile decoy that's out there right now.
Right.
But you were talking about when you were duck hunting. And, if a goose flies by, you'll throw, a couple hail calls out or honks or whatever. What we've noticed up here is if you're running motorized decoys, I don't know if y'all can hunt motorized decoys down.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So what we've noticed is the Mojos, when they're running, will actually flare the geese.
Right. They do the same here.
Yeah.
They do the same here. Yeah.
And then, of course, we got ours on the remote. So, if we see a flock of geese or something coming in, we'll click them off, and then just start working on our honks and stuff. But the ducks and the geese kind of go hand in hand. So if you're duck and goose hunting, when both of them come in, of course, the duck decoys actually act as a confidence decoy with the geese. So the geese are more apt to come in when the duck decoys are in. So,
right. And I'm listening to y'all and paying attention to the chat. I see the chat's doing pretty good. Everybody's talking to each other and just throwing some stuff out. Yeah, I was out. Today's Monday, right?
Yes.
I'll check myself. Yes.
Yeah. I was out Friday. Crazy story. I got sick Wednesday,
Huh.
and I came down with chills and fever Wednesday. Um, I mean, bad. I mean, I was shaking like a leaf, 101 temperature.
Ooh.
Thursday morning, I woke up. I was sore, but I wasn't feverish.
Yeah.
And by Thursday night, I was fine. I mean, there was nothing wrong with me.
Huh.
But so Friday, of course, what do? Hook the boat up and go to the swamp.
There you go.
You know, and I did some scouting, some just looking for vegetation because I know we don't have teal yet.
Yeah.
If we start seeing teal this time of year, right now, it's not going to be a good season at all because they're going to be here and be gone. But so we looked around Friday, pretty much the whole day. And I'm glad I went Friday because I found out I had a throttle cable slipping on my Go Devil.
Oh no.
And that's how we know stuff. You know, you always talk about preparation and getting ready, but until you take it and start using it, you don't know if it's 100%.
Right.
Right.
And I had a throttle cable that slipped on us on the way back, and I couldn't get on plane. And I mean, a 25-minute boat ride took me an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I had two people in the boat, so I got it home, got it fixed up, and then I realized that my fuel lines were starting to harden up. So right now, my boat is in the backyard. It's got everything on. I just got to put it back together. Where I had to take some stuff out of the boat, you know, to put the fuel lines in and get the new water trap and new oil and all that stuff in there. So I'm trying to get my, and here I am out of town for 3 days. So I'm gonna be like the bumblebee come Wednesday afternoon, you know, late into the night trying to get my stuff ready. Because Saturday, taking my dad fishing, I'm hoping to get some good video on some bass fishing.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm gonna go do some duck hunting. I mean, excuse me, on a dove shoot Saturday afternoon.
Right.
I know.
You know, and I'm like, oh man, my boat's tore up. I got all this stuff. I got too much to do.
Yeah, that's like how we do down home. You know, when resident goose season comes in, we'll take our fishing rods, get down there and go smallmouth fishing. We call it casting and blasting or casting.
Right.
Go fishing, and then, you know, if a flock of geese comes through, you know, we'll just start, you know, working them. But it's funny you say, like, you took your boat out and you tried it out, and it's like you say, I think we as duck hunters, again, duck hunters are that special breed.
Yeah, we're special, all right.
Yeah, we special, all right. You know, spend the money we do for what we get, you know. But
right.
I feel we don't utilize our equipment the way we should because we're afraid we're going to mess it up, or we're afraid we're going to make a mistake. And I think that's where we fail to grow as hunters is we're afraid of that failure.
Right. Hang tight. CP, thank you so much for coming in. We'll talk to you in a little bit, buddy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. So, I think that's where we fail to grow as hunters is we're afraid of that failure. And, you know, we're going to tear stuff up. I mean, if you go fishing and you're not getting hung up in logs and sticks and branches and stuff like that, you're not catching fish.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying take your boat and, you know, go full throttle up on the banker or anything like that. But if stuff's not getting, you know, occasionally broken or torn up or something like that,
you're not
using it. So, and I think, you know, we just need to, like with the mojos and stuff, I know I'm a little hesitant to put them in some places where I know they'd be perfect because I don't want them taking a dump. But last year we got some wood ducks, and I've never had much luck early season duck hunting on the Rappahannock. But Chris was like, let's go. And I was like, okay, cool. So we got there, and, you know, it's bone dry. There's no place to put the mojos because it's nothing but rocks and stuff. And I just said, you know what? I just piled up rocks and put the stakes right there and put the mojos right there. And it ended up, I mean, we had wood ducks decoying all over the place. So it just, sometimes you got to take that risk and you kind of got to weigh it, you know, if, you know, is the goose worth the squeeze, you know?
Well, yeah, and you're saying that because Friday, there's a spot that I love to hunt, and if you've seen some of my conservation videos where I talk about giant Sylvania, it is it has covered my duck hole.
Yeah.
There's water underneath it, but the ducks aren't going to land on top of that stuff. Nothing there. And I took my boat in there, and that's where I think I started messing up the throttle cable because I kept trying to. I was getting bogged down in there.
Right.
And you're right. If you don't go, because if you don't go in there and look, you're not going to know. And you got to go and you got to take that chance of tearing something up. Lord knows I have torn that boat up before.
Right.
I did a whole video on it, tearing it up last year.
Right.
The same thing with guns. I mean, if you're scared, to take a gun out, you just, oh man, I don't want to get it dirty.
Or drop it in the water.
Or drop it in the water. It happens. And I mean, when you drop a 1955, 56 Brown in Belgium, 16 gauge, and you put, well, I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but that much mud up the barrel.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, but you're not hunting then. I mean, it's not happening.
It's funny to say that. My buddy Ryan, that when I kind of got into this journey of duck hunting, I was always a deer hunter. And when I got to duck hunting, I mean, that was when I was talking to Chris, I was like, I'm no longer a deer hunter. I'm a fowler. I go after birds,
Right.
Deer are cool, I'm not saying if a 12-point buck didn't come out in front of me during deer season, I wouldn't get it. But to me, getting on birds is much more exciting than going deer hunting. But Ryan's gun did that. His actually went into like a mud sand mixture. I mean, he, like you said, he probably got 10 or 12 inches of mud up his barrel.
Right.
Of course, you can't shoot like that. So we started carrying not boar snakes, but Otis makes something that's similar to a boar snake, but it's a cable. It's a coated cable.
Right.
We use it to push through that mud and stuff. And then, of course, you don't have to carry a bunch of patches, but you just keep running it through and, to take your barrel off and take a look. So that way you can still hunt.
Right.
Just utilize the minimum amount of equipment so you're not taking a whole gun cleaning kit out there. So I took the Otis, I call it the boar snake for lack of a better term.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And that actually saved his hunt. So, and it's funny because, like I said, I think I got it on sale for like $4 or something like that at Tractor Supply at the end of the season. And that little $4 boar snake saved his hunt for the rest of the day. And I think we ended up killing like 6 or 8 geese. So
cool beans.
Yeah.
Let me make a quick little announcement. I got a video that's coming out. Today's Monday. It'll be Wednesday. And I'm not. It's just an unboxing video. I hope everybody takes a look at it. But if you don't know, David Hanson and his wife Kathy are here in the chat. They have flatwood lanyards, and guys, I'm telling you, if you want a great lanyard, either for your duck calls, goose calls, if you need a duck strap, if you are a varmint hunter and need a tote to carry out coyotes, or a turkey tote, or a gunsling, whatever it is you need, get a hold of David. There's Facebook. They just posted his Facebook page in the chat. I am now a part of his family as far as I'm a pro staff now for him. Oh, cool. So you're going to see me wearing his stuff. The first time, nobody really thinks about duck call lanyards. Right. They really don't. It's just something to put a duck call on. They think more about the duck call. And right. But if you don't have a good lanyard, you have a really good chance of losing that nice duck call or that nice goose call.
Right.
And these things are sturdy and comfortable. Oh my goodness. And they're thick. And you can actually feel them on you because, how many times have I sat there and it's, are my duck calls still here? I want to know that they're there. Right. But we're coming out with a for you timber hunters. who hunt in the woods. I know y'all hunt out of a lot of kayaks, hunt over a lot of open stuff. But we're trying to figure a name for this. And when you see the video Wednesday, help me figure out a name.
Okay.
Right now, I'm calling it a gun hanger because for lack of better words.
Oh.
But we put it on the end cap, and you can just put a hook in a tree and stick it up there.
Oh, that's cool.
And guess what? Your gun ain't gonna fall into the mud
Right.
unless you trip up.
Now you can run with something cool like Gunslinger.
Huh?
You can run with something cool like Gunslinger.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
You know, let's see here. Yeah, Midwest Duck Slinger. Yeah, I know. I have bought. I bought a paracord. Now David makes his out of paracord, but I actually did a store bought as well. I think it was from Cabela's. You saying Cabela's a Bass Pro Shop? They're now the same thing.
Yeah, they're the same. They're the same company now.
Right. And I've had mine come apart, and I'm gonna tell you if David Henson's stuff comes apart on you, you give him a call, and you're getting a new one. You're gonna get a new one.
Awesome.
He's gonna make it right. I can tell you that. But now don't be trying to pull a truck with it or something. You know, there are some limitations, but that thing comes apart. Give David a call; he'll hook you right back up. I'm telling you.
Kind of one of those instances where if it comes apart, it's time to call it a day.
Yeah, what's that?
I said it's one of those instances where if it comes apart, it's time to call it a day.
Exactly. But there's enough paracord on it that if you get into trouble, you can take it apart and fix something. So I'm just saying. Gidget's called in it the old shit hanger.
Shit hanger.
There we go, Gidget. All right. Let's see here. Okay, they're just talking about the lanyard that they bought, store-bought lanyard. But these are custom, and you can make them whatever colors you want. So if you got a favorite team, if you want, your Ranger colors, pink and gray, I think the Ranger colors. I'm waiting. I am waiting, guys. I'm waiting for that.
I'm trying to be nice for now.
But hey, I always tell people if I don't like you, I don't pick on you. So
I'm the same way. Yeah, if I don't like
okay.
Well, we got a saying up here is if you picking on us, you ain't picking on somebody else. So that's good.
Exactly.
That's a win-win.
But I mean, whatever colors whatever colors you want. I mean, he can make them, and they're awesome. So, and that's for you guys that are here on the chat with me, and it's also for anybody in the chat room. It's so I got to throw that out there. And yes, I'm drinking sweet tea.
I am too.
I see that. Yes, Jit Snap. I went there. And your teal season opens up September 11th too?
Maryland is next week on Wednesday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Next Wednesday, it looks like.
Yeah.
Man, it's
in Maryland, yeah. We
say,
try to keep track of both Virginia and Maryland because we're the Virginia boys, and he's up in here. He's getting ready to go to Tennessee. We're gonna go down there and do some hog hunting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we gotta
after wood ducks.
Right on.
I got a buddy of mine that's starting to have some hog problems, and we're gonna wait till it gets a little cooler though.
Oh.
And because I just don't like sitting in a tree stand.
No.
This time of year. I mean, our deer season's open.
Right.
And I think it's open for archery right now. And it opens statewide tomorrow.
Wow.
So, and it runs to January 1.
Damn.
And
you live in the wrong state.
No, seriously.
it is way too hot for me to sit in the tree stand.
Way too hot to drop a deer too. I mean, let it
deer's a lot.
Have to have ice sitting in the truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got some hogs. We were there Sunday. I went out there Sunday afternoon after work, and I had to work Sunday. And after work, went out there to finish up my boat, get some more done to it. And we took a walk in the woods to go check a trail cam. And I didn't carry a camera. It's one of the few times I didn't carry a camera. Didn't even have my cell phone with me. I left it in the truck. We were just going to go pick up, the trail cam stuff.
Right.
And he's got a deer feeder that is now a pile of metal. The hogs came up and started leaning on it and crushed it in, and then just tore open the barrel. I mean, it literally almost ripped it apart. A barrel, a metal drum.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, Legendary Outdoors. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so for anybody that's just coming in, welcome. Sit down, have a good time. I'm up here with Duckalope Outdoors. I got Brian, I got Justin, and Chris is in there somewhere. There he is. All right. So they're from Duckalope Outdoors. Again, we're a supporting channel. We like to, go ahead and go on their site and on their channel and take a look. If you like what you see, you know what to do. That's as far as we're going to go with this. We don't like to say the S word,
Right.
We don't like to do that. Y'all know what to do. But seriously, take a look at their videos. I like them. And I can tell you, if I like somebody, I'm going to get them up on a panel as many times as I can. It's just that simple. That's how I roll. And we're going to talk ducks. And that's what we're going to talk. And because this is what this is. It's a duck hunting channel. But, you're talking about the rabbit hook. I actually fished it. I guess it was about 2009. I was up there for some training prior to a deployment to Lebanon. And, man, I've never caught so many smallmouth in my life.
Yeah.
And I had 4 baits with me because I went to Walmart and bought a lightweight fishing rod. I think it cost me $10. It was just a cheap piece of junk. And I bought a pack of hooks, and I bought some Cincos.
Yeah.
And I rigged it up as a regular Cinco worm.
Right.
And man, I was bumping them rocks, and oh my gosh. I mean, I know there's a lot of smallmouth bass fishermen. We don't have that down in South Carolina like y'all got. But those little fish put up some of the biggest fights that I've ever had.
Yep.
And then when you're talking about 8 to 10 pound test line on a cheap rod, it was fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
And wading that river with a pair of tennis shoes and shorts. And that was it.
And that's a really cool river to fish and hunt, the Rappahannock. And I'm sure Chris told me that you're a history buff.
Yes.
I reenact everything from the French and Indian War all the way up to Civil War and our
no such thing.
Aggression.
There was no such thing. It was the Battle of Northern Aggression.
That's right.
I'm just going to say, we're going to stop right there so nobody gets all ginky up in there.
So I reenact various times.
Right.
And what's cool is the that river itself, every time you go on it, it's like taking a step to the past because you're seeing like, your old locks, because what's really cool is they had the old locking system before the railroad came about. And what they would do is they would create these locks, and when they couldn't get the barges up, they would have a lock. They would let the water fill up, and they would put that barge, and they would take the barge all the way up north through Fauquier and all that. So it's just cool to see the old locks and the old fish traps and all that stuff. Every once in a while, if you're really lucky and you're going through the rapids or something and it's real low, you can find a bullet here or there. So ball. So yeah.
Bone Addiction, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I had on my mom's side of the family, we had 2 that were up there. Great uncles.
Mm-hmm.
One was at the first siege of Fredericksburg, and the second one was at the second siege of Fredericksburg.
Okay.
So, so I actually have some family history up there. Both of them came back. They both survived. They both came back and settled back down here. We're in my hometown of Sumter. So, so I do have some history on my family history, at least up in that area.
Right.
And of course, when I was up there, I had to go by the Marine Corps Museum.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, and guys in chat, if you have never been to the Marine Corps Museum, I'm telling you, you need to take that trip. I don't get emotional. Now, I do throw up right before a duck hunt, but I don't get emotional. And I was speechless. And then when I was walking through the World War II era, and it was I was looking at all the EGAs, the Eagle, Globe, and Anchors.
Yeah.
Well, it was the Eagle Globe then. No, it was just the Globe and Anchor. It was just the Globe and Anchor then.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of all the Globe and Anchors that were on the wall for the Battle of Iwo Jima, and this older gentleman walked up to behind me, and I was looking at him, and he asked me if I knew what I was looking at. I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at the old Globe and Anchor, of the Marine Corps. These guys, this is World War II, blah, blah, blah." He said, "Are you a Marine?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Me too." I said, and I hadn't even paid attention to this guy. I mean, he's behind me. We're just talking.
Right.
And I turned around, and he had he was an Iwo veteran.
Oh, wow.
And and that was like my heart just went straight into my gut. And when you come up on military history like that, and there it is standing right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had so much I wanted to ask him, but there was other people there, and he was trying to tell people things, but he knew that I wanted to talk. I mean, he really did.
Right.
And he told me about some of the things that he saw, and and these guys are just
humble,
and about what they did. And man, I was shaking his hand, I was thanking him, and there was some smaller kids, and they just could not understand. And there was even some younger adults that were visiting, and none of them were Marine, and they just could not understand, why I was so excited to meet this gentleman.
right?
It was unbelievable. But so guys, and the guys in the chat, everybody in the chat, if you ever get a chance to get up to Virginia, go to the Marine Corps Museum. And
let's put this on charge real quick. Give us 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
It's kind of like how we met too.
Better like.
So I got a similar story that I'll share with you.
Sure.
I was off to Afghanistan in 2004, and there was a World War II veteran. He was from the 29th ID and stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Oh, wow.
And he came to see us off to carry on the history of the 29th ID and saluted our bus as we were leaving to go off on this deployment. And I was like you said, their humbleism is just incredible. And we were just honored that he was there. And when we went to Afghanistan, it was 04 and 05. We remembered that, and everything that we did for the 29th. One for us, it wasn't for anybody else. For the 29th ID to carry on that heritage. So I totally feel exactly how you felt. I can only imagine.
Right. And people, a lot of people just can't understand that emotion that you get off of that. Like I said, I don't get emotional very often.
Right.
We're all alpha males,
Right.
If we do,
we sit on the shelf and be done with it,
Yep, we go right there.
Whatever.
But then I was starting to get emotional. My wife actually held my hand, and
awesome, man.
You'll be okay. And I'm like, no, I won't.
Yeah.
You know.
And these are the guys that set the pavers for us, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what we recognize, and that's where we go, and that's where our pride comes from, is from guys like that.
Right.
So yeah,
exactly.
And it, you know, I can't connect with what y'all are talking about. I'm just a history buff, you know. I'm into the cool history and stuff.
Right.
Too humble,
And I wish I had the guts to do what y'all did, but so Higgins and I were working together one day when he first started at the sheriff's office. Hopefully you don't mind me sharing this.
No, I don't care.
Okay. And we're sitting there, we're talking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the Army," and of course, you know, I'm a history nerd. So I'm like, "Oh, cool. You know, what countries have you been to?" And he started listing some stuff off. And he's like, "I've been to Mogadishu," and I'm like, "What do you mean? You mean the Mogadishu?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was at the Mogadishu," and I was just like, the hair stood on the back of my neck, and you know, I started getting goosebumps and stuff like that. I'm like, holy crap, man, this guy is a hero, you know?
Yeah.
And so we started talking about it, and he's like, you know, I hunt and I fish and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, I have got to get you into duck hunting. Have you ever done it before? And he said, I've done it a little bit, but not too much, you know what I mean? And so that's how we connected. And it was just through that history. And like you say, that even though I wasn't there, like, I knew the history and I could appreciate it for what it was. And
right.
Then through that history, we connected through hunting. And I think that's another cool thing about our hobby. That's, you know, you don't really experience it in other hobbies, is that connection there. You know, when you have that hunt where it's like, man, you're freezing cold, it's raining, water's rising. Chris, we got to carry Chris across the river, you know,
because he's too short.
That's when he got his first goose. You know? But it's those experiences that you like look back and you're sitting there and you're like, man, I was so miserable, but it was so much fun, you know.
Embrace the sun.
And see, and we can take this back into the duck hunting, or actually all of the hunting world.
Right.
Guys that when we do connect and have some connection, and we get out into that duck blind, and you know, especially when it's a group of guys, I know it goes through every person's mind, and especially our wives. What do y'all talk about?
Right.
What do 3 guys or 4 guys talk about? Because you won't talk to me. So what is it that y'all talk about? And we talk about our lives.
Right.
You know, we talk about our life. We talk about our wives or our girlfriends.
What you got in your mind back to eat?
Our kids,
Yeah.
our kids, the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is something that we connected on somewhere. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've met people hunting, you know, like on a dove shoot or even scouting for ducks, and have run across guys and have just sat there and talked to them a little bit. And we end up hunting together that year and the year after and then the year after. You know, there's a connection. And, you know, my wife asks me all the time, and she's probably lurking in here somewhere. I just don't know it.
Mine is too, probably.
But, you know, what do you talk about? And, well, we talk about our life and things we've done, or we talk about you know, as, you know, you're our wife or you're our girl. You know, we don't talk anything bad. We just talk, you know.
Right.
And it's Gidget. Hello, Matt's wife. I know she's got to be in here somewhere. She just lurked. I'm gonna get a phone call and said, "Oh, that was so nice." So, and Midwest Duck Slayer, he says, "What's the temperature in Maryland and South Carolina?" So, what's our temps right now?
Right now, Maryland is at 76 degrees.
It's humid.
Yeah, it's really humid. It's probably about 90% humidity right now.
Right.
And tomorrow for opener is supposed to be around 73 with clouds and a chance of rain.
Yes.
30%.
Yep. Hey, want them clouds for them geese. I do know that much. I think South Carolina weather, it's hot, it's humid, and it's hot.
We just got hot and humid.
It's hot.
Yeah.
I think today the high today was in 84. cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. It was really humid today. I think that's going to be like that. I think that next week we're getting back into the 90s next week. So yeah, opening day of dove season, which never fails. Opening day of dove season is usually so hot you can't stand it, or it's pouring down rain. One or the other.
Yep.
So,
We'll see.
and,
Saturday. I don't know what
right,
it's supposed to be like this
right,
year.
Strathman, I had seen you in here, and I meant to tell you earlier. Thank you so much, and welcome. Now, y'all have some. Y'all do any seed? I may have asked Chris this last time I talked to him, but I'll ask y'all. Do y'all do any seed duck hunting?
I never have. No, like I say, we mostly hunt the Rappahannock and like local ponds and stuff like that. So like hunting big water like Chris does. I mean, this is going to be a new experience for us. So.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like taking, the mouse in the big city. We're just country bumpkin coming up here to Maryland to try and learn to hunt on all the big waters.
The Clampets are in Maryland.
That's right.
Well, don't get caught up in that swamp up there when you take one step further, okay?
That's right.
One step further up north. Don't get into that swamp. Well, I made that mistake. I invaded Washington, D.C., and boy, I was so happy to get out of there. I didn't mean to. I just happened to cross the road and paying attention, and I crossed the river, and I went, I got to get out of here.
Time to go. Did he mount?
I was gonna say, yeah. We're driving up here. Chris says, "Oh, hey guys, what's going on?" He brings us into the house. He's like, "Hey man, you want water? Soda or anything like that?" I was like, "I'll take 2 Tylenol, please." So,
yeah.
When you used to driving down the back roads, you're probably seeing a handful of cars to
right.
80 cars right up on you, and I mean people just straight just flying by you.
I got a picture of a really cool car that I'm pretty sure you'd only see up in D.C. or Maryland.
That was a custom job.
That was a custom job if I ever seen one. I'll show you, but I don't want to make him famous.
You don't want to make him famous? Man.
There might be a copyright infringement.
There might be a copyright.
Oh, goodness. Well, when does y'all's big duck season start? The regular duck.
October.
October next month.
Usually
I'm sorry.
Mid-October.
Mid-October.
Yeah.
Okay. Midwest Duck Slayer. Can they only shoot geese tomorrow? Yes, right?
Yes.
Yes. Only geese.
Okay. Y'all are not looking at a chat. Y'all just looking straight into the camera, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not.
We can't see the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I'm just glad Chris hooked us up here because I've been wanting to talk to you. Like I said, I just don't know how to work the whole.
Hey, listen, I'm learning every day, dude. You want to talk computer stupid? That's me. And just in case nobody understands, stupid is not spelled S-T-U-P-I-D down here. It is spelled S-T-O-O-P-I-D, pronounced stupid.
Well, I thought I was a genius. I started talking to my phone and started calling people I want to talk to. So,
yeah, really. We need to get a Southern. What's the thing on the iPhones?
Siri?
Yeah, that's the thing. You have that problem too. Like I'll say, "Hey, call Chris," and then I don't understand you. It's like
I don't understand you. Yeah, they need to get Southern Siri.
They come up with some name like Lucille. Call Chris. Oh, you'd like to call Lucille. Where in the hell did you get Lucille from?
All right. So Midwest Duck Slayer is asking, what species of ducks are in the ponds of Maryland? What do y'all see up there? What species?
All right. So in the ponds, you do have teal, mainly mallards for the most part, and then sometimes the sea ducks will make their way out to the actual ponds too. So like the buffleheads and your redheads and that sort of thing.
Okay. Mallards, black ducks, teal, wood ducks.
Wood ducks.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Well, just a little mixture of anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can only speak for Virginia. I ain't never really hunted much up here in Maryland. So.
Right. Well, talk to me about Virginia. What species do y'all have most up there?
So we have wood ducks, we have teal. We actually got a teal with some wood ducks last year. Blue wing teal. We got buffalo heads. Oh, I got to tell you this story. Oh man. So I take my man Chris duck hunting for the first time, and we get the decoy set up, and it's like ducks unlimited, picture perfect setup on the river. The river's low, it's babbling, I'm like, oh man, we're gonna straight slay them. So we're sitting there not seeing anything. Next thing we know, here comes a whole bunch of ducks. And I'm like, oh man. I said, all right, Chris, hold on 1 second. So I start, doing the hail call, and I get them turned around. I mean, they're decoying quick. I said, hold up, Chris. All of a sudden, you get plow, plow. I was like, well, we got one. Now the rest scattered, So I sent Remy out. Remy brought it here. Chris says, man, he says, what kind of duck is that? I said, oh man, you got a good one right here. He says, is it good to eat? I said, you're going to find out real quick, bud. He got a hooded mergans.
Y'all get any pintails up that way?
No, I'm good, buddy. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, y'all get any pintails? Y'all get many
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Same here.
Yeah. It's
same here. I got lucky last year and shot one. Really nice bird. I was hunting with another buddy of mine, and I've shot enough pintails. I've got them mounted, but he wanted it. I shot it, but he wanted it, so I gifted it to him. But we get a few every now and then, and down here. Now I do have y'all have private impoundments with corn ponds and stuff like that up there?
What is it in Virginia? Like corn ponds where they flood the corn?
No, we don't have too much of that now. I mean, unless you're hunting a field, where it's real boggy and stuff like that. But
no, I'm talking about they actually dig a pond and then plant corn in it and flood it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it now, but I'm not saying it's not done. I've never seen it or hunted over it. One of those.
Not in our area, Virginia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the we got a lot of them on my lake, around my lake. So because of the lack of native vegetation on our lake right now, these ducks are keyed in on those hot ponds. And so trying to kill a duck sometimes gets tough.
A way to be able to pull them though. I've been doing a lot of research on that just because I'm heading out to Tennessee and hopefully I'll get on some ponds and that sort of thing. You can go and you can plant your Japanese millet, and it's really easy to grow, especially along the edges of like ponds and that sort of thing. And all you do is just broadcast it out, and it'll eventually grow for you, and you lean over into the water and drop its seeds. And then looking for the what's the other one? There's a grass that grows all the time. They call it like duck candy in Virginia. But that's
probably smartweed.
Smartweed. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So just looking for that. So, but mainly from what I've seen video wise from, all my YouTube searching and that sort of thing, is mainly people are planting Japanese millet just because it's so easy to grow.
It's just easy to grow. And that's been growing a lot of the private ponds, but I've had a lot of public water.
Yeah.
And it's real, because you don't know what your water levels are going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go into a drought and the water levels go down up in the swamp, and you could get in there and plant, and then 3 weeks later, you could have a monsoon or hurricane come through, raises the water levels up and washes everything away.
Right.
And that's where it gets kind of hard.
I know down in like Louisiana and stuff, when they flood the fields or whatever, you get that nice silt. They say you got like the window to plant that stuff is 3 days before the weeds and stuff start growing. So you want to get a jump start on that. But I don't know. Like I say, we just hunt rivers, and I mean we're lucky if we get a pond or a lake, but it's mostly just the Rappahannock River, and that's kind of like one of the best kept secrets,
Yeah.
up to Kelly's Ford, well, pretty much up to Kelly's Ford, give or take, either side. The city of Fredericksburg actually owns a portion of that shoreline, so it can't be developed on. So a lot of it's public land that a lot of people don't know about. So
Right. Let's see. Gidget. Okay, I got your message. It's windy and lightning, so if you disappear, you lost your internet. Thank you so much for staying as long as you can. KC, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm just in a conversation with the Duckalope guys. Duckalope Outdoors. I got Justin sitting in front of me. I got Brian hiding, trying to be all camoed out, and Chris is in there drinking a Bush Light. Oh, I can't.
Bush
Is
Light.
that one of the keyboards?
You already called in the goose. You didn't even have to
Call in a goose.
Now let me ask you this: did y'all make that, or is that
No, this is from Big Al's.
That's from Big Al. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are some good. Yeah, those are some nice silhouettes.
Yeah, they were limited edition, and we got ourselves some of those. We're gonna hook them up tomorrow.
Cool beans.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool silhouette decoy because the front of it's got like the photorealistic image on it, and on the back it's like a black and white, kind of like a contrast, like drawing in type of decoy. So,
hey Wanda, how you doing? Welcome. Let me tell y'all, if guys, Wanda Louisiana Style is in. If y'all want some good Cajun cooking videos, go see Wanda at Louisiana Style. Every time I watch her videos, I get hungry.
I love me some Cajun cooking, man.
Oh, I get bad hungry.
The bad part about it is you try to cook it, but it never tastes good. It's like good. Real stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Gidget, Triple G Life, she's my moderator, one of my moderators, and she has some cooking videos out. They are like awesome. So if you get a chance, go see her.
Absolutely.
Well, see, that's a good idea. So you can use those cooking videos. So when you go hunting, you can come back, and if your wife's mad at you for going hunting, cook her a nice meal, and it's a win-win situation.
Well, I actually did that a couple of weeks ago for our anniversary.
There you go.
It was our 32nd wedding anniversary, and I asked her where she wanted to go. And because of all this China virus bullcrap that's going around, she didn't really want to go anywhere, and she asked me to cook her a low country shrimp boil. And so that's what I did. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do a video. I'm going to video this. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you came over one time, Chris, and you were like, hey, what are you cooking or something? And I said, a boil. And you're like, what? Mm-hmm. And like you say, what's cool about a low country boil, and I mean, I'm sure you can, say the same thing is, after you're done cooking it, you just take it.
That's it.
Right on the table, and everybody, I have this piece of corn, shrimp or something, and it's really a kind of like a communal type of eating environment. So it's
so versatile. Like where you guys are at and I say up north because you are north of me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, you have your mussels and your clams. You have your blue crab that you can put in there if you want. You can get Alaskan king crab put in there, shrimp, crawfish. It's just so versatile,
right?
And you can just do anything you want to with it.
We call it redneck pizza because everybody gathers around and they get their little portion of their piece, and they eat it. And I mean, it's just a good all around meal. And like I say, I just like the cool aspect of it where everybody's just eating with their fingers and just talking, and just it really opens up the conversation and again. Same way with hunting, it opens up that conversation that we're losing with the technology now. Everybody's, texting and doing this and doing that. I mean, you're not really talking to people, and the communication, like even what we're doing right now, is becoming a lost art. So
right. Oh man, let's see here.
I know we're
strapping. Yes, we see you, man. I thought I shouted you out. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I got you. Let's see here. I got like 3 things going on. I got this on StreamYard. I got it on YouTube over beside me so I can. It's faster in the chat. and my phone's going off. I got it on mute. And it's constantly I'm getting text messages. But yeah, I cannot wait. Squirrel. Yeah, that's right. Squirrel.
Absolutely.
Um,
They got a good recipe for green. It's green chili squirrel empanadas. They're phenomenal.
All right, I just ate a bunch of food just a little while ago. Now I'm hungry again.
now me, I'm a squirrel and dumplings kind of guy. So
Are you?
Yeah.
You know, I grew up eating squirrels and rabbits, and I guess I ate so much of them I really don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah.
You know, growing up the way I did, you go out, you shoot it, you kill it, you clean it, you eat it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and when you're a young blood, and that's all you want to do is shoot stuff, and you bring it home, and Daddy just looked and said, "All right, clean it."
Yep.
And then it get cooked, and you eat it, and I just ate so much of it that I'm like,
I'm done. Right?
I'm done. I can go get a steak now.
That's how my dad is. See, we never ate wild game growing up. My dad didn't hunt, so I pretty much, picked up from other people and taught myself. And I thought it was a treat when I got like a squirrel or some deer or something. My parents would be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how you can eat that stuff." And I was just like, "Well, it's good. You get tired of pork and chicken and all that stuff. I kind of like a little variety in my diet."
Well, while we're talking about food, what's your favorite way to cook ducks?
Okay, here's
hang on a second. Hang on a second. Okay, Gidget, hurry back. Gidget, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh no, you're fine.
Dog pen just got hit by lightning.
Uh-oh.
So she's got to run. I'm trying to see who all I got in here.
I hope there weren't any dogs in the pen.
Yeah, no.
That'd be bad.
I think Midwest Duck Slayer, you still here? Hang on one second, guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess Midwest Duck Slayer is either not here or.
Get a bit too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just slipping in. That's all.
All right. I'm sorry, Justin. Go ahead with your story, man. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Chris is shutting the door to the tactical duck garage. So
mosquitoes are tearing us up.
I wish it was open season on those.
Yeah, I know, right?
You got one here.
I know. What I like to do is I like to breast them out and then saute them in olive oil, just a little salt and pepper, and then put them on like a fresh garden salad. I really enjoy that. My wife loves it.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely loves it, and it's so simple to make, But so you get the flavor of the duck, and of course, you put salt on anything, it's going to enhance the flavor. But yeah, it's great.
So. Okay. Brian?
Yes, sir. I make sausage out of everything. Duck sausage, goose sausage.
Okay.
I like kielbasa with it. Dried cranberries, a little fennel seed, some garlic, onion, and adobo.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How about Chris?
I'm a smoker kind of guy.
Okay.
I smoke everything. So
right.
Face press, duck, all of it.
Okay. Do you have a special? Do you dry rub it or anything?
Yeah, I'll just make up my own type of dry rub, or just pick up some stuff up from from the store. But I mainly use stick to like hickory, or if I'm feeling fancy, I'll switch to apple.
Oh, okay. All right. I like duck steaks, and I'll cook it just like a steak. I actually use Montreal steak seasoning, and That's what I use, and I cook it just like I would any steak. So it's going to be rare.
Right.
And then have a vegetable and a potato with it. Whether most of the time I use sweet potatoes and bake a sweet potato, and then uh, maybe some roasted Brussels sprouts with it. That's my wife's favorite. And then I make what I don't know. Think about it as a pot roasted duck, but with a kick. I call it chocolate duck, and because of the gravy that I make, it's a real dark, chocolate colored gravy. But I'll take a whole duck, usually like a teal or a summer duck, pick it whole, and I'll make up some. I either stuff it with sausage or I'll even make a dirty rice. And sometimes I'll stuff it with either dirty rice or just plain pork sausage. And then I put it in the smoker for about an hour and a half, just to get that smoke ring on. And then I take them out and put them in a cast iron pot and finish cooking them in there in that gravy with some button mushrooms. And I tell you, when you can wiggle that leg off, they're done. And oh my God, oh, you talk about something that, whew, it takes a long time to cook it. You're talking about a 5, maybe 6 hour cook,
Right?
But it is well worth it. I mean, well worth it.
It's one of those dishes. If you took it and put it on top of your head, your tongue would smack you silly trying to get to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another thing we say is we slap your mama because she can't do no better.
That's right.
Let's see here. Okay, Right Strapping wants to know how Chris keeps his papers dry when smoking his ducks. And then somebody came in and said they're all cops. Be careful. and of course, Right Strapping, he is from Washington State, so it's legal there. It's legal. Oh goodness!
Oh, man.
He said everybody in this room is a cop. Oh goodness! All right, let's see here. Casey Carson, he grills them on the boat. That's why we never have any when we get back to the hill. Yes, and I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I didn't hunt with Casey, but met him up in the swamp one time on a little meeting we were doing, and I actually did a video on it called "The Duck Migration." Is it changed or whatever? And I had cooked some sausage biscuits earlier that morning on the back of my truck right before the meeting.
Right.
And so we get out, we're deep up in the swamp, and we're all sitting around talking, and all of a sudden, Casey and his buddy break out a grill. And those fools started grilling ribeye steaks. And I'm like, oh my. Now, he did offer me some. I just couldn't. I mean, you know how it is. You just, I want one, but no, I can't do it. But he also did some smoked sausages.
Yeah.
And I ate them. I got a piece of light bread and wrapped them up. But man, that was you could smell those ribeyes cooking. With that said, what do y'all? I mean, y'all have a favorite meal that y'all cook while you're hunting?
Beer scrambled eggs in the morning.
So it's actually kind of funny. I guess I'm the unofficial cook or whatever when we go duck hunting. I usually cook over a little fire.
Hey Mo,
duck hunting, and smoke doesn't chase them away up there, in Virginia. So, I don't make a bonfire, just enough, like a Dakota fire pit or something like that.
Right.
I have like a little stove that collapses that, he actually spoiled me this year and brought a little propane stove. So I thought I was really doing something then. But we made pawpaw jelly one year.
Oh yeah.
After Pawpaw from the
Right.
Rotten Hand. And man, it was, cold. It was one of those daggone, 3-dog night cold days. And we're sitting there shivering and stuff. And I'd actually brought a backpack because I brought, some extra clothes. But in it, I had a little iron. It was like a little pie iron. And my buddy says, man, what would be good right now? He says, some biscuits. And all of a sudden, here the pop. And he looked over, and there I am cooking biscuits. He had biscuits and pawpaw jelly one time. So that was actually really good. And then
I'm looking for some good pawpaw jelly or some scuppernong jelly or muscadine. I'm trying to find something that's homemade right now.
Yeah, apple butter. That's the way to rock. Apple butter.
Right. I cook biscuits. When I'm hunting, I got a little biscuit maker, and I like to cook biscuits and fry up some sausage or something like that. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, we had deer scrapple last year. That was pretty good. But usually, what we'll do is I'll make do either a scramble, like an egg and bacon or egg and sausage scramble, or if we're lucky enough to have scrapple, we can do eggs over easy or something like that, and biscuits and scrapple, have a sandwich, So it's
where we hunt on the Rappahannock, it's like a flat rock, and then we've got like all this cover, so we're kind of like sitting behind it on this flat rock. It's almost like a picnic table, and he'll do all this cooking right there, and we eat, and you can't see us, and I don't know if they can smell us or not, but it's kind of secluded. It's out there where we're not being noticed. It's not open any, sitting out in the middle of nowhere, it's cooking out. Might as well pull the whole grill out with that,
Although I got a treat for these guys this year. I got one of those Blackstone griddles about that,
Yeah, there you go.
I got a backpack for it, so I might break that out this season. Really do it up. So
yeah.
Might do that for Chris's last hunt before he goes out to Tennessee.
Yeah, we made our last MREs, man. We're done.
Yeah. I have some MREs, and I still have some sea rats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have about a half a case of sea rats left, and a couple of cases of MREs that I just keep, in case something happens. But and I do have my John Wayne on my key ring.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, it's called a P38.
Yep,
P38. Can opener that they issued out with the sea rat. But I have those, and growing up, Daddy would break out a pack of sea rats, and that's what we ate. But those days are done.
Yeah, those days are done.
Done.
It's a memory, a good memory.
A good memory. Let's see here.
What did I
Casey Carson. Casey Carson says Matt made me buy a biscuit maker, a biscuit cooker. That's right. If you haven't seen the video I did on cooking biscuits, I have a little. It's an antique biscuit maker.
Yep.
And it's a clamshell kind of thing, and I cook biscuits in it, and everybody I have cooked biscuits with it for will spend the next 5 to 10 days on eBay trying to find the biscuit cooker.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome. And Mo Homesteading, if you didn't hear me earlier, I said hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see here. How long have we been up here today? Well, heck, I don't even know what time it is. A little over an hour.
Yeah, hour 13.
We're about an hour, 10 minutes.
All right. Anything else, y'all want to talk about? Talk about the channel?
Yeah. So far as
you just slide over just a little bit. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
So far our plans for the actual season. So tomorrow is opening day, of course, what we've been talking about. It's goose season. So I'm gonna film tomorrow's hunt, and then throughout the week into next week, I'm gonna be filming all the different hunts that I'm on. I'm gonna hit up some public lands and that sort of thing. So to just spread the knowledge about how to actually use the public land around Maryland, because it's kind of like the tight-lit thing up here that I'm completely against. So it's, knowledge is better, better spread.
Right.
Not spot burning, but like I talked about before, it's just general knowledge. I'm just doing the research for you. But besides all that, until the 16th, that's when I go back to work, and then that's when teal season open up. So far as actual teal hunting, I probably won't do up here. And then I'll be with Justin Higgins come October, and then that's when we'll get into like the big duck hunting and that sort of thing. But I should be down in Virginia next weekend, and we should be doing some dove hunting and hopefully getting on some honkers as well. So, but that's just the short term plans for this year.
Right. Awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see y'all. I want to see all three of y'all just cutting up. I got I've seen Big Justin, and I'm gonna tell you, the first video I saw, I can't even remember what it was, but I about died. I was laughing so hard. I said, "Look at this big old goober." I said, I like him. I said, I got to meet this guy. I want to hunt with you guys. I want to sit there and just do nothing but roll in the mud and laugh. I mean, seriously.
It's happened before.
I mean, listen, you get 4 guys, 3 of them are in the military, 4 of them are either cops or been a cop. Yeah, there's some shenanigans going to go on.
Yeah. This is G2 Barton.
That's right.
Okay, David. Okay, appreciate you coming in, David. Thanks so much. David just finished up a gunsling. He needs to take some pics and send it to his customer. And all right, so David's gonna be out on the way out. Appreciate it, David. But yeah, I can just imagine the shenanigans that go on. I mean, really, I'm serious. It's got to be hilarious. I mean, serious. And you had me in the mix. The guy that I physically get sick right before a duck hunt. I mean, I just start gagging. I'm like, you all right? Yeah, I'll be all right.
But yeah, as for tonight, we just got to finish up the blind back behind us. We got to trim that up and then get that loaded back up on the truck. And then that's pretty much it. Everything else is up, loaded up. So we just got to hit that. And then I don't know. I plan on waking up super early. I probably won't even sleep tonight. I'm just like you. I get so excited. But we plan on being out there on the water probably around 4:00 just to beat all the locals.
Okay. Well, I know that y'all still got a lot of stuff to do. So if y'all need to take off, I completely understand.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this. It was really nice to meet you both. I mean, seriously,
Absolutely.
I was trying to tell Chris, man, get these guys on with you, and he's like, well, one of them, they're all in Virginia, and when we get together, and then when he texted me earlier today, I said, yeah, now get everybody on one camera. It was really nice to meet you guys, seriously, and might not be able to do it this year, but maybe in the future. Get together. If nothing else, we'll just cook and eat our way out of that hole. I mean, I got no problem with it. But I do know that y'all need to go finish up what you got to do. So don't feel like you got to stay. But because I know if I was going hunting in the morning, I wouldn't have been here 10 minutes. I gotta go. I gotta get the stuff together. But
yeah, we're
all right, guys. Appreciate you stopping in, and don't be a stranger. Chris has got my number, so Chris, go ahead and give him the
I'll
number.
pass it on.
And feel free to text me anytime. Just tell me who you are, so I'll know. Okay, I know who you are. All right. Yeah.
I'm the big goofy guy from Duckalo. Oh yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Because that's what you'll go in at, goofy guy from Duckalo. That's how you. So, but anyway, Saltwater Born, how you doing, buddy? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer, but I know y'all got some things to do, so I'll let y'all go. And Again, guys, we're in the chat. If you haven't already, go ahead and take a look at Duckalope Outdoors. Good bunch of guys. Love duck hunting. Maybe not as much as I do, but they do love it. And we'll see y'all next time, man. Y'all come see us.
All
Will
right.
do. God bless, sir.
Take care.
Take care.
Thanks for having us on. We'll see y'all later.
All right. All right. Yeah, Mo. There's some good guys there. I'm glad they were able to come in tonight. Appreciate that, Saltwater Born. All right, so it was kind of impromptu. Once they found out that I was doing a live tonight, they asked if all three of them could come on, and I said, "Yep." We've had Chris on here before, and I wanted to meet the other guys. That was pretty. I think that was pretty cool. All righty. Who else? Who I got? What, 4 or 5 in here? Is that all I got? Okay. Yeah, I know hot wings. Man, I'm telling you, that non-toxic stuff is expensive. Um, they do make some good steel shot that's not as expensive. You can, I think Kent Fast Steel, they make some decent shells. You could try them. But duck hunting is a very expensive sport. That's for sure. Yeah, I know, Mo. There's a lot of big lives on tonight. You got 5 screens going. Oh my gosh! All right, Mo. Who else is on tonight? Oh, it's crazy, Mo. Um, Catfish Weekly. Don't know them. Is the Shiner guy or any of those guys on? Tell you what, Mo. Why don't we do this? If you want to pick somebody, and we'll do a raid over the to them. Hey, Grant, how's it going? How you doing tonight, Greg? Grant. Just getting settled in. Okay. Used to dove hunt and quail about everything. Used lead, then had the kids got busted my gun, so no hunting unless it's with a camera now. Okay. Let's go to everything spicy. Okay, can you post a link? Because I've been on here, let's see, I've been on here a little over an hour now, hour and 21 minutes. Oh yeah, I've been on here a little over an hour and 20 something minutes. Just had Duckalope Outdoors. We got what, 6 people in here now. So why don't we do a Daddy Duck 365 raid over at Everything Spicy? Mo Homesteading has posted the link. So why don't we do that? Why don't we go on over there and give them a raid? And I'm going to call it an evening. I'm going to go over there as well for a few minutes, but then we'll call it an evening and get on out of here. All right. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming in. It's going to start getting a little hectic for me here shortly because the hunting season is starting. But I'm going to try to do my lives every Monday night and try to post up a new video every Wednesday. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me and thumbs up and all that good stuff. But anyway, y'all have a great evening, and we will see y'all next time.